bang, bang, like ski shooting.
It took me 10 years to find the answer to something. I forgot about it in 2 seconds. That's about it.
So, after 100 games of Happy Chaos, we have ended at 49 wins and 51 losses. My most common win rate now, tied with Giovanna and Milia. Happy Chaos was an interesting character to do the games with. He's kind of, not only a villain in the story, he's kind of become a villain in the community for being such a strong character overall with really good options in general. I have to say, he was the biggest execution grind I've had to pick up for the series so far. It was really difficult to pick him up, actually. It's pretty funny. I usually keep notes as I play through the 100 games with each character. It's usually just general things. It's like, use this button to poke more, use this to counter poke, use this to start combos. Kind of just general stuff like that. And most of these, they end up being like 4 or 5 lines, just stuff as general reminders. But with Chaos, I ended up with notes like 3 to 4 times the length of that. A good amount of this is just reminding me to, cover my pressure with gunshots or to avoid doing certain things. I know a good portion of that was just figuring out what to anti-air with or air-to-air with, because I was having a lot of trouble with it. Usually you can rely on like a character's 6P, or there will be, a general button that'll be good when you're doing air approaches. With Chaos, I was just having a lot of trouble with that, and it was probably like an informational overload. When I said that there's a huge execution grind for myself, it's mostly comes from the fact that this is the Arxis style puppet character. Just, in Happy Chaos's case, his puppet is a gun. But it was difficult to adjust to, and is the first real execution grind I've had doing this series. I was pretty used to doing combos in the vein of like Milia and Ino, and I was able to pick them up relatively quickly, or learn their combo structure relatively quickly, because those are the types of characters I'm kind of used to. But I had never really played like, your Zatos in previous titles, or with the negative edge stepping in and having to use that. Just to go over negative edge really quickly, in case you haven't experienced this before in-game, it works with puppet characters like Zato and like Happy Chaos. In Happy Chaos's instance, his heavy slash button is replaced by, unholstering the gun. And then the way it works is to fire, you release the heavy slash button. So every time you press it down while the gun is being held, it won't do anything. But as soon as you release it, then the gunshot will come out. And it takes a lot of time just to kind of wrap your head around this, or at least it did for me. As I mentioned before, Happy Chaos is a puppet character. You're puppeting his gun, however, and you have a lot of resource management behind the gun. So aside from just having to reload and manage your bullets, you also have to manage concentration. And I found that to be pretty overwhelming. I know there's other characters with resource management built into their kit, but I hadn't really played as any of them so far. I am, however, pretty glad that this is the case with Happy Chaos, and it ended up being a good portion of my enjoyment out of the character was just this sheer learning curve. It's always fun to pick up, new abilities or new tasks for yourself when you're approaching a character, and having the resource management on top of the puppet management actually turned this into a pretty fun challenge. And even when I finished up the 100 games, I kept on going with Chaos for a little bit, and kept playing him off stream and off of recording time, just because learning all that has been so much fun. I'm also glad that it is really difficult. I already know that Chaos gets a lot of gripe as a top tier character, and there seems to be this idea that he kind of like auto plays himself, but in my experience that is not the case. There is a huge informational wall that you have to conquer. But as you start poking away at it, then you can actually start feeling the power and feeling the reward for your time investment. and that's important when you have, you know, a high execution character like Happy Chaos. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for Happy Chaos today. Let me know what you think about him in the comments below. The next video is going to be on Mei, getting back to the main roster characters. We only have a handful more to go. So we'll be doing Mei and then Nagoriyuki after that. So, hope everybody has a good time. Enjoy the matches, guys. Peace.
It looks promising.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Fuck, I needed to time that better. I need to get better at using the gunshots to cover my normals. Nice speed.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Miss. I don't know how that hit me, to be honest. The charge test, I was trying to... I guess it caught my jump frames. Oops. Once again, I was just blocking. Hey, that's game 50, by the way. A game 50 W. We can... At least whatever, like, little emergency maintenance they did seem to help me get more games during prime time. And on a Friday, nonetheless.
Mankind.
I will say I'm probably using a different Happy Chaos color when I do the, when I play him on my own. Wild throw. I might be dead here. I think he could have killed. I need to spend my gauge. I didn't press anything, but I think it caught me running forward. I might have been able to kill without building him burst back, but better just confirm it, I think. Whoa! The range! Nice Vortex. That was actually really close.